Hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ailey if you're new. Today's video is good. Okay, you can probably tell I'm in a completely different place. We are sitting in the Premier Inn in Glasgow at St Innes Square, and basically it is 11:15 just now, and my blepharoplasty is at 4 o'clock. Technically 3:30 I go in at, but today is the day. Don't know how I feel about that yet, but just wanted to obviously do a little bit beforehand. Obviously I will be getting befores, afters, the healing process, so from day 1, day 2, day 3, blah 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 blah, anything that I encounter, so you can literally watch the entire thing. So rewind from now until last week, I was gonna pick up the camera but I didn't have time, so I actually had my pre-op consultation or whatever it is on the Friday over the phone, and basically it was obviously one of the nurses that are going to be there asking loads of questions and like kind of giving me some information and stuff like that. So from what I can remember, they basically went over the questions, which there was a lot of, and a lot that I can't remember. So a lot about medication, your mental health, history, stuff like that. And then obviously told me that I was not allowed to eat anything from 6 hours before the surgery. So from 9:30, 10 o'clock today, I'm not allowed to eat or drink water. I am getting a upper bleph with sedation, and I should go in at 3:30. The surgery starts at 4 o'clock, and I should be out by 6, half 6. You're not allowed to be on your own for 24 hours after, so hence why I'm in a hotel room. We were here last night and we're going to be here tonight. Go home tomorrow, just in case. It's just so that you're close by, just in case. They don't expect anything will happen, but you never know. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't obviously have a clue what else is going to happen. I don't know if I'll take my camera. I might just take my phone, and obviously I get my own private room in the clinic, and then I will obviously be taken away and the stuff will be done, and then I will recuperate in that room. So I'll have my phone, so I'll show you a little bit of that as well. I think that's pretty much it. Obviously we will do the healing process. I'm getting mine done at Blepharoplasty in Glasgow. I will put their details down below. They do like TikTok videos and stuff like that about some of their procedures if you want to go and check them out. And I don't know if they've got a YouTube or anything like that, but just in case you want to have a look. I've had things done there in the past and they've always been great. I'm quite happy with, you know, everything that is happening so far. I am worried about it, but I think it's just the fear of the unknown. I'm on some of the blepharoplasty Facebook groups and stuff like that, and it seems that it is quite normal to be anxious obviously beforehand. Like I said, I'm getting sedated. I will not be under a full general anaesthetic, but I won't just have local either, so hopefully once they've sedated me I'll not really care. So yeah, I will catch up with you once I get there and see what, if more information I get. But let's hope that everything goes smoothly, everything goes to plan, and it's a dead easy recovery. So yeah, I'll catch up with you later. Hello, this is weird. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. Oh no, it's not. It's 9 o'clock at night. I was home, well not home, but I was back at the hotel by like 7. We started a little bit late in the surgery, but this is me a couple of hours after. I feel like my forehead and all that is starting to waken up again. It's a little bit stingy, especially this eye. You can probably see that it's like... Food! Okay, I will check in tomorrow because there's food. Just wandering around M&S looking like a crazy person.
Visit marksandspencer.com/travel. Minimum order applies. Subject to
Sunday. evening. We have bruising all down here. Hi guys, okay, let me just address it real quick. You're very bloody right now, so I have no idea what I look like. I know that I look crazy. I am literally on my corner of the couch. You might have seen this before if you've watched other videos of mine, but basically this is where I've spent the last 5 days recovering from, as you've guessed, surgery. So, I just really wanted to, before things weren't so fresh in my mind, like I say, I'm on day 5. No, wait, I'm on day 6. I actually get my stitches out tomorrow, so I'll be able to see. Like, these steady strips are driving me insane, and that's probably why I look so crazy. I do have quite a lot of bruising, but anyway, I'll have shown earlier in this video somewhere, probably like all the photos I have up until now. But before it sort of like left my mind, because my memory is really bad, I really wanted to sit down and like share with you guys my experience getting the actual procedure done, the lead up to it, and what's happened since. So I thought that while I'm sitting here, I might as well just film. It looks ridiculous. I look ridiculous, but this is the reality of getting stuff like this done. You can't just expect to bounce back the very next day and go on with your life. It doesn't happen that way. Your body needs time to heal. So I figured I would sit down and I would talk to you guys. I'm not doing anything else anyway. I get my stitches out at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so I leave here at like 6 in the morning to go down to Glasgow, and it cannot come quick enough. So anyway, I figured I would start from the beginning. Obviously, I did my consultation and booked my appointment and all that way back. I did my consultation in November and I'd booked in for this in January. January or December, one of the two. So eventually the pre-op came around and I actually very luckily got to do it over the phone. It was just a load of questions and going through some stuff and telling me what I needed to do on the day and stuff like that. But normally you would have to go into clinic to do this now. I'm pretty sure it's just in case they need to do any tests or anything like that. So I actually had mine done with Blepharoplasty in Glasgow. I've had fillers and stuff like that done with them in the past, and I will leave their information below. Right off the bat, I want to say absolutely cannot fault them at all. They were fantastic from start to finish, even though we're not even finished yet. I'll be seeing them again tomorrow. I could not recommend them anymore. So if you are in the area, anywhere near Glasgow, then I would definitely say check them out. Okay, so experience. I obviously have clips and little bits and pieces. I don't know how I'm going to string this video together yet, but I will obviously have these in this video somewhere. So the day before, we went down to Glasgow and stayed overnight. Hotel we stayed in was on St Enoch Square, or just off St Enoch Square. It was the Premier Inn and literally 2 minutes walk away from Blepharoplasty. It's fantastic. If you're going to get anything done there and you need a hotel, I would definitely recommend it. Unfortunately, it was when Transmit was on, so yeah, it was expensive. So I would get it booked well in advance. You're not allowed to eat if you're getting sedated 6 hours before the procedure. So we had scheduled breakfast and stuff like that. What I got was an upper blepharoplasty. I can't say it. An upper blepharoplasty with sedation, and the sedation is administered by an anesthesiologist, or an anesthesiast, whatever you call them. So somebody who knows what they're doing, and you are watched. And I'll explain a little bit more about that later, but I just wanted you to know why I had to not eat, obviously, up until. So you're not allowed to drink and you're not allowed to eat. The drinking water was the worst part because I drink a lot of water. So I stopped drinking and eating about 9:30. And that was fine. We went out and did some shopping and stuff like that. And then I had to go to the clinic for 3:30. Funnily enough, my mum decided to bag herself a facial at 4 o'clock, the same time I was going to be going in for surgery. I suppose it would keep the stress off her, and it did, it worked. She had a really nice facial, but anyway. So I go into the clinic and basically I just sit speaking to my surgery coordinator, who was Gail. Shout out to Gail, she was fantastic through the whole thing, still is. And then the nurse came to get me. She came to get me and she took me into basically what is like the surgery suite. It's actually just right in through the double doors right at the reception. So I got my own private room. I was thinking, oh, it's going to be really hospital-y. It really wasn't. There was like a big wheelchair-y type thing in it, a cupboard for my stuff, a TV with Netflix and all that on it, and yeah, that was pretty much it. It had its own shower room as well, so you've got like a bathroom, big bathroom with a shower. So I went in and basically she told me everything that I needed to do. So there was a gown, there was very beautiful paper pants, there was slippers, and I had to obviously take off all of my clothes, put on this gown, put on the paper pants, and I had to take off all my jewellery, or all the jewellery I could take off anyway. I ended up leaving in my nose stud, and I left in my tragus and this forward helix just because they wouldn't come out. Then I had to take a pregnancy test, which was in the little bathroom. It's just one of those like teeny little medical ones. And just basically wait for the anaesthesiast, or whatever they're called, and the surgeon to come and speak to me. I'd already met the surgeon because obviously he is who I had my consultation in that with, and obviously I had to meet the other doctor. So they did a little questionnaire of things, just general things. Are you allergic to anything like that? And then I just waited. So I was just basically sitting texting my family and killing time. They were running a little bit late because of transmit. And yeah, then the anaesthesiast came in and thought he was going to scare the crap out of me. This is the bit that I wanted to know before I went in, and I don't know if it's my anxiety or what. My anxiety is getting so much better since I came off the pill, but that's another story. The dude came in. I cannot remember his name, but he was lovely. He was really, really nice, very calming, and basically just read through some stuff. And he basically explained to me what would happen. So he said he would give me some drugs to make me, like anti-sickness drugs. He would give me a painkiller, and then he would sedate me. So the sedation, he explained, there 4 types? Anyway, there's general anesthesia, which is when they put you under and put the tube down your throat. There's a heavy sedation, there's a light sedation, and then there's like just, you know, kind of like anti-anxiety medication and stuff like that that kind of just calms you down. So that's the kind of range that you have. The sedation I was going to be getting was basically 1 step above general, which I was actually really surprised by. I thought that it was going to be very, very light sedation. It was just going to make me feel drowsy, but no, it was the heaviest you can get before they need to put a breathing tube in, and it's just the most likely that you're going to be unaware throughout the whole entire procedure, which I was like totally okay with. I think he thought that that would scare me off, but that actually comforted me quite a lot. I didn't want to, I don't know, I was so worried that I would move and stuff like that, that I would just rather be knocked out for the duration of it. So anyway, that was all fine, went through everything, and he basically said that the surgeon would be back in. My surgeon was called Professor McCall. If you want to look up his details, I will list them down below. And yeah, the chat with him was very brief. It was basically just him going over a couple of bits and pieces, making me sign a form, telling me, you know, that I totally didn't have to go through with it if I didn't want to, but you know, if there was any questions or anything that I needed to feel better about doing it, that he was there to answer them, sort of thing. That was pretty much it. I had to wait for another nurse to come through. He came through, confirmed some details with me, asked me if I was ready to go, and we went through to theatre. And this is my first time doing this ever. So of course, I'm nervous. Like, I'm really nervous. So anyway, we basically walked. I wish I could have filmed all this. Here's me in my goonie, in my compression socks, in my slippers, heading through to this other very surgical room. There's a bed, and I have to get up onto the bed. So I get up onto the bed, and here's my anesthesiologist, and he basically is just, he's warning me that he's going to put a cannula in my hand. I thought, that's fine, I am sorry, my veins tend to hide, which they did, but to be honest, he didn't have any trouble. So cannula went in, I can remember all that. They were confirming details with you again, because they do this again and again. It's like whenever you move rooms, they have to make sure that you are who you are. So they make sure that on your bracelet, you are the name that is on it, you have the same date of birth, and then they check the number. I still don't like to sneeze. Oh, Sneezing sucks. What I remember is getting up on the bed, then putting the things on me. So I had like one here, one underneath my boob and stuff like that. And then I'm connecting up the leads. He put the cannula in my hand. The nurse put a nice blanket over me, which was really nice and comfy. And I think that was it. I was on a pillow. I got in position, and he basically said to me, "This is your anti-sickness drug going in. This is the fentanyl going in," which kind of panicked me because he said it might make the room go really funny, and I was like, "Oh God, here we go." And I don't like that feeling at all. I really don't like it. And I was like, "Okay, right here, I'll just brace myself for that." So I concentrated then on that, and then he said that he was putting the sedation on. So the sedation was actually on a continuous drip. He put that on, and the last thing I remember is there being people up here talking about my details again, saying like, and they read off the number that was on my wrist bracelet, which I think I had here, but I can't see it anywhere. And then the other doctor said, oh, he was trying to get the sedation going because it needed like a wee sort of zhuzh or whatever, and that's it. That's the last thing I remember. I don't remember falling asleep. Somebody said, how far through the countdown did you get? I was like, I didn't get to any countdown. That was me. I was asleep. So I woke up, and I have a photo from like literally about 2 minutes after I woke up because the nurse went and got my phone for me. But I woke up and I was like, I'm in a different room. Where am I? This room had 2 beds in it. Kind of like a little teeny weeny ward. And that was me. I was done. And the other thing I was worried about was like opening my eyes. I was like having visions of going, oh, I don't want to open my eyes. No, it just naturally happened to open my eyes. I couldn't feel anything. My whole forehead, I think I was numb to about here. It was really weird. Like even up here in my hairline, I was numb. I was on a drip, so I think I was on, I don't know if it was just a normal saline drip or if it was like a painkilling drip, but I was on one anyway, and I had to stay in that bed until that drip was done, or until that bag was done. And I was sitting reasonably upright by then. I got a bottle of water immediately, which was amazing after not being able to drink since like 9:30 in the morning. It was, what time was it? Like 5 o'clock? So we started like 4:15. It took literally 45 minutes for me to get in, fall asleep, and wake up on the other side. So, I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. So I text my mum, who I actually found out was already there. I text my boyfriend, and I text a photo to like my family group chat, and they were like, oh my God, like the group, I'll put up the photo of what I sent them. And then she said, do I feel ready to go through to my room? And I was like, yeah, I feel fine. So got up onto the chair, which was the chair from my room, and away through we went. And she said, I'll go and get your mum for you if you like. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. So we went through, my mum ended up coming through to the room, and basically I just had to sit. I had toast, I had biscuits, I had tea, I had Lucozade, like anything you could want. I actually got like a little video of like what was going on in the room afterwards. I got up to pee. I felt totally fine. Like I didn't feel unwell. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel sore. It was very, very strange. It didn't feel like anything really had been done. I was still very, very numb, so there was no pain at all. I felt like I couldn't see, and I felt that way for a week now. Like, not that I couldn't see, but like, see if you take your finger and press on your eyelid. Your eye doesn't close, but everything goes just a little bit blurry. That's how I felt this entire week. I've had a little bit of pain sort of up here the past couple of days, and pain from like in here, and I mean like pain as in discomfort, not like pain. I took paracetamol. They gave me cocodamol, but it doesn't generally agree with me, so I took normal paracetamol. And they gave me anti-sickness tablets, which I didn't have to take. They're all there too. and they gave me 400 milligram ibuprofen tablets. These I did take, just so that I didn't have to take 2 of the normal ones. But I didn't take many of them, and I stopped taking painkillers like 3 days ago, so I only took them for a couple of days, and I slept exactly where I am, upright on this chair. I actually bought a like pregnancy type pillow thing, and that is what I've been sleeping on. It has been pretty comfy, but we've had some kind of warm weather these past like 5 days, so it's kind of been sucky. I have been out in my garden. I've made sure that to wear contact lenses. Oh my god, to wear sunglasses so that I'm not getting anywhere near the sun. But there was bits and pieces that I needed to do. I haven't lifted anything heavy. I've tried not to bend over as much as I can, but I really haven't sat around and done absolutely nothing. There have been days where I have, but generally if I have been doing something, I've been really tired and I've fallen asleep that day. So you can kind of see that your body is still trying to heal, so obviously it needs that extra time. Anyway, I think that is pretty much it. That is like my experience from beginning to now. You'll have seen the progression of these bruises. They are wild. Look at how pretty they are though. I do have sort of like a bag here. This one's not so swollen. I don't know if it's just because I favour this side or what, but like, so when I'm even sitting upright, I sort of lean to one side. I can tell I'm bruised underneath, but I can't see underneath the steri strips, so it doesn't really matter. I did have to change out my nose ring to a stud for 2 days because the side of my nose like swole up and got really sensitive, so it was just irritating. It's quite a tight nose ring, so I think that just irritated it. Totally fine as soon as I took out the ring and put a stud in though, and it's back to kind of normal again now. I get my stitches out tomorrow and I think I'll do another update then. I don't know if I'm going to split this video into 2 just to show up until now, and then after the stitches are out I might just do like a day by day kind of check-in video. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this video. If I've missed anything, just feel free to ask stuff in the comment section below. I will put everything in the description box and like maybe bullet point it so that like if you're doing this you could know reasonably what to expect. But remember, not everybody's experience is going to be the same. My battery died and I have no idea what I was saying, so I'm just going to say I think that is pretty much it. It is all of the information that I can think of off the top of my head that I would have wanted to know before I went into it. I have all of the stuff there, including sort of like a little bit of my experience when I was down there and a little bit of kind of video, photo footage, stuff like that in between times. And this is me day 5, as you can see. So if you want to see how I am after my stitches are out and looking a wee bit more normal, then look out for the next video. I'm not gonna do too long in between videos, hopefully, but I do want to sort of like do a progression. So it'll be, this one will be done and then the next one will be up sort of a few days later, because this one's going to take me a while to edit and stuff like that. So yeah, if there's anything you want to know, let me know in the comment section below. Everything will be detailed in the description box, but if there's anything else, I do have my checkup tomorrow, which obviously this video won't be up before that, but I do have another check-in on the 31st of August before I go on holiday on the 6th of September. So if this video is up before then and there's anything you want to know, I can always ask my surgeon and, you know, pass on the information. But basically it is pretty straightforward. It's not too intense. They do finance. You can pay it up front, you can pay it in installments. They do lots of different options. If this is something that you want to do and you live near Glasgow, I would definitely recommend having a chat at least with Blepharoplasty. They have been incredible. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, especially if you want to see updates. I am going to be updating this as long as there are updates to be made. And yeah, Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in my next video. Bye!